It's time for another garden update, so let's go look around. Even though we're in September, we're still picking tomatoes. This is our F1 hybrid, and it's got tomatoes out the top of the cage. The Monte Gusto pole beans invaded this tomato cage, and they're still putting out some beans. And the rattlesnake pole beans are still growing. It's probably over 9 feet tall now. I can't even come close to reaching the top. Some of the tomato plants are starting to show a little disease, but we still have quite a few tomatoes on, and they're still setting fruit. This is a look at Yellow Monster. It's probably 3.5 feet tall, going on 4. Got some little ones at the top. These are fairly good sized ones, but there's a bigger one on the other side. I'll show you in just a second. How's that for a really large pepper? And it's not even ripe yet. There's one next to it, and then one just behind it. The May Queen lettuce is doing great, and so is the Marvel of 4 Seasons lettuce. Right next to those, we have some late beets. I'll be harvesting those in the next week or two, and we'll probably can some pickled beets using those and the ones up here in the green stalk planter. Here's a look at some of the figs on our fig tree. I topped this so it would help the fruit ripen a little faster. Hopefully it'll have time. This is the real black eggplant. I severely pruned this back in early August the 3rd, I believe, and it's really starting to come on good now. It's got small fruit and blooms. I would say it's going to have at least a little over a dozen eggplants on it sometime this month, so it's doing great. Here's a look at the rest of the raised bed. This is a Vego garden raised bed. They gave me this raised bed, and we've really enjoyed using it. There's a look at the Matoyo eggplant, and it's got a couple that are ready to harvest right now. Got some small tomatoes, some peppers. Those chives have been going crazy all summer. I even planted some snow peas down there that are starting to grow a little bit. Hopefully they'll have time to mature. Got some arugula coming up, peppers. It's just lots of stuff. Strawberries, oh, I forgot the strawberries. We've got small strawberries down in there. I think you can see them. But everything in here is doing great. I felt down in the soil for sweet potatoes, and it looks like we're going to get a harvest of sweet potatoes also. The peppers in the grow bags are doing great. They're really looking good. Some of them are pretty dark, some of them are pretty light. This one's got a lot of variegation. These are Midwest Fiesta peppers. There's the Midwest Midnight Orange. Here's a look at the blueberry that we've had going all summer. It's doing great in this grow bag. If you've ever grown one in a grow bag, I'd appreciate it if you could let me know how you overwintered yours. I'm thinking of several ideas and haven't made up my mind yet. Here's a little jalapeno pepper I stuck in this little pot, and it's doing great. We made some jalapeno jelly, and it was really good. The Midwest Pandemonium pepper is looking great. I need to pick some of these peppers off of here and get some seeds saved for next year. Here's a look at some of these sweet potato vines. They've kind of overflowed the raised bed and are growing down on the ground now. Sometimes they'll even root in the ground. Along with the sweet potatoes in the raised bed, we have some sweet potatoes growing in a straw bale over here, and we'll get a harvest out of those also. They're kind of sprawling out in all directions around the straw bale. Then over here, I have a grow bag, and I'm not holding out much hope for much of a harvest because I planted it so late. For those people interested in the banana plant, it's still doing great here in September. And sometime before frost, I'll cut that down to about a foot above the ground. And last year I didn't mulch it at all and it came back, so I think I'll probably do that again, see what happens. Got a couple of pups growing at the bottom. This mega gold pepper has some nice sized bell peppers on it. And this thing is probably close to 5 feet tall now. It's just ridiculously tall. And I have one down there, it looks like it's got a sunburn on it. That happens sometimes, but it's doing great. Here are a couple of Midwest candy sticks peppers, and they've got quite a few peppers ready to pick now. There's kind of a cool looking one over there that's kind of half ripe. They're an interesting pepper. This is something that's been kind of a plague to us, well, pretty much every year. Grasshoppers. On a cool morning, sometimes you can catch them a lot easier. I'll take care of this in a second. Here's another one I can take care of. Here's a quick look at the mutant peppers. Got peppers all over them. Some of them are starting to turn ripe, and so far, of all the peppers that I've checked, none of them have had seeds. There's a variegated version that's kind of cool to look at. It's got a few peppers on it. And then we have another one over here that's got slightly different colored peppers on it. Hopefully I'll get a few seeds. I'm going to harvest the carrots sometime this month. Not sure how well they'll do, but we'll get a decent harvest, I think. Here's a closer look at the Midwest Midnight Orange, variegated. The variegated ones are pretty cool to look at sometimes. But sometimes I just like the ones that aren't variegated, like this one over here. I don't have any butterflies on it this early in the morning, but this is our Mexican sunflower. And from our kitchen window, I've seen a few monarchs on it already this year. The monarchs migrate through in September, usually for us, early September. The wash tub that Mrs. Midwest Gardener planted some lantana in is looking great. Lantana really loves the heat, so if you're in a hot area, you might give lantana a try. Here's our cilantro. It's starting to grow a little bit, and right next to it is our late spinach. The garden's going to really be changing over the next few weeks or a month, and I'll keep you updated on how it changes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.